What if you could live in a city with no cars, no pollution, and everything you need just a 5-minute walk away? Sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, it's happening. Right now. From the deserts of Saudi Arabia to tech valleys in Asia, futuristic cities are rising. But they're not what you think. Before you pack your bags, let's dive into the strange reality behind humanity's boldest urban experiments. A futuristic city isn't just one with smart traffic lights or electric buses. We're talking about fully redesigned civilizations with AI governance, underground transport, vertical farms, and total surveillance. Think of it as the iPhone of cities, sleek, minimal, and built to fix the mess of modern life. But are they really solving problems, or just hiding them under glass and steel? The Line is the crown jewel of Saudi Arabia's NEOM project, a 170-kilometer-long linear city that looks like a giant mirror cutting through the desert. No roads, no cars, zero carbon emissions, just layers of AI-run transport, homes, offices and leisure stacked inside a 200-meter-wide wall. The promise? You'll never need to commute again. The problem? You'll never need to leave either. It's the boldest city plan ever imagined, and the most controversial. Governments, tech giants, and even private billionaires are pouring money into future cities. Why? Some want to fix urban overpopulation. Others want to create utopias from scratch. But there's a darker motivation too. Control. In fully digital cities, everything is tracked. Your purchases, your movements, even your social behavior. Efficiency comes with a price. Your freedom. Futuristic cities aren't just coming, they're already here. Songdo in South Korea, Masdar City in the UAE, and Toyota's Woven City in Japan are prototypes with AI, robots, and data-driven living. These places are test labs for the future, where even your garbage is monitored to improve sustainability. Impressive? Absolutely. But it also means you're always being watched, even when you're just throwing out a banana peel. Let's be fair. Futuristic cities offer incredible advantages. Zero emissions living, renewable energy, less traffic, safer streets. Imagine a place where everything you need is steps away, delivered by drones or robotic assistants. Housing and transportation are optimized. Waste is almost zero. If you're disabled, elderly, or just tired of chaos, this might sound like paradise. And for many, it could be, at least on the surface. But here's the catch. Everything is connected, and that means everything is monitored. Your fridge knows what you eat. Your home knows when you're awake. Your face unlocks every door. It's convenient at the cost of privacy. And then there's the psychological toll. Without streets or random encounters, will people feel isolated? Will kids grow up in digital bubbles, disconnected from nature, dirt, and spontaneity? These cities are designed for function, not necessarily for soul. Let's talk about access. These cities are marketed as the future for everyone, but in reality, they may be playgrounds for the wealthy and the elite. If the Line or Woven City actually become livable, who decides who gets in? Will they be inclusive, or exclusive walled gardens where only the privileged live in perfection while the rest struggle in outdated cities? Technology isn't neutral. It often reflects the inequality it claims to solve. Technology moves fast. Human psychology doesn't. We're building cities for efficiency. But what about emotion? Community? Culture? Can algorithms replace the joy of walking through a messy old neighborhood, bumping into strangers, hearing music from a street vendor? When cities become too perfect, they can also become empty, sterile, disconnected. We might solve traffic, but lose human connection in the process. Futuristic cities promise us utopias. But maybe the future we need isn't a city built by machines. It's a society rebuilt by values. One that cares about connection, not just convenience. Sustainability, not just surveillance. If we're not careful, we'll trade freedom for comfort, creativity for control. This isn't the first time humanity has dreamed of the perfect city. From ancient Babylon to colonial utopias to post-war suburban sprawl, every generation believed they could design a better world. On paper. But most of those plans ignored one thing: people are unpredictable. They don't always follow systems. They resist control. And eventually, they turn blueprints into something messier, but more human. Are we repeating that same mistake again? Only this time with more tech and less soul. Imagine living in a city where everything depends on AI, sensors, and constant data. Now imagine the power goes out, or the internet fails, or the system glitches. In cities built around traditional infrastructure, you can adapt. But in fully automated environments, one bug could shut down transport, access to food, or even your home. The more connected we become, the more fragile we might be. In trying to control everything, are we building cities that can survive anything? Cities like Rome, Istanbul, or Tokyo have something you can't code: a soul. They've evolved over centuries through conflict, culture, chaos, and creativity. But when you build a city from scratch in 5 years, does it have identity or just efficiency? Soul isn't something you install. It's something that grows through human connection, through imperfection, through time. If futuristic cities are to truly succeed, they need more than tech. They need stories. They need struggle. They need life. So before we build the perfect city, maybe we should ask, what kind of people do we want to be living in it? Cities are mirrors. They reflect what we prioritize, what we fear, and what we dream of. So here's the real question. If you were offered a place in one of these perfect, futuristic cities, would you take it? Would you trade spontaneity for security, privacy for perfection, community for control? The future isn't just something we enter. It's something we choose, piece by piece. And maybe, just maybe, the most futuristic thing we can do isn't building smarter cities. It's building wiser people. And hey, if this kind of story got you thinking, maybe that's a sign to stick around. I'll be sharing more eye-opening stories from around the world, stories that challenge what we think is normal. New perspectives. Every week, subscribe if you're curious.